Hey y'all, what's up? So the past week or so has been pretty busy here for us. Got some work done with the trucks, but mostly we've been focusing on trying to get some of our farming done. So haven't got as much done with trucks as I'd like to, but we've still got quite a bit. We'll start off with the crew cab where all we've made it with it over the past week.
My first problem at hand before I could get the bed on still was that bent cross member. I assume the truck's been stuck or non-running at some point, and that's what they used to pull it. So I ground the rivets off, and then I beat the rest of it out with a hammer, so I was able to get the cross member out. Not a bad job. After that was finished, my dad helped me cut my frame horns off the back of the truck just for the fact that it had the holes that were all wallered out for the receiver. After that was done, I went ahead and took and ground off the rivets for the donor frame that I had at the farm that was wrecked in the front, so it worked out well that I had this to be able to salvage. So got that taken apart, and then after it was taken apart, I cleaned up the ends so that way we could weld them onto the K30 frame. At this point, it was time to pull the K30 around to the garage, as our lead isn't long enough to be able to reach to the concrete pad that I've been working on it on, which is nice this time of year as you get to breathe and it's not too hot working outside. The steering radius of the K30 is definitely going to take some getting used to. It definitely does not turn like my Duramax does, so we'll see how well that works for me. I do plan to add a 2-inch leveling kit to the front end of the truck. Once the truck was where we could reach it with a welder, it was time to start welding our new frame horns on. We were able to use C-clamps and tubing to get them straight and in line with the old frame. We welded all the way around them. We were going to go ahead and plate the inside, however we decided by the time the bed was bolted on and we got a hitch bolted on, which also is going to support all of it, it should be fine. Got those grinded off so that way I could hit it all with new paint, which wasn't too big of a deal. Got my new crossmember bolted in after that. We ended up using just grade 8 hardware when we put it in, since there's no way for us to do rivets on it. I used my 3/8 Milwaukee to zip them in, and this project was done. Finally was able to set my bed over on the truck. I'm pretty happy with the way it's looking so far. Still have a lot of body panels and a lot of work to go, but we're definitely making progress.
Now on to what all we got done farming. Some of it wasn't pictured or videoed. However, we got quite a bit done. We don't farm a whole lot of crop ground necessarily. However, we also have a smaller herd of cows, so it's more than enough to keep us busy in the evenings, and it still allows us to have time to be able to go racing and enjoy working on trucks and cruise-ins, all that kind of things in the summertime.
The first thing we actually did last week was mow hay. I didn't get any videos of that. However, we got it done. We didn't lay a lot on the ground, only about 5 acres, as there was a chance to rain. The next day, we went ahead and spread some old silage that we had left over out of the bag that was starting to rot and needed to get gone. We went this year and we decided to go ahead and moldboard plow. As you can tell, the bottoms of this field were pretty woody. It's in sandy soil and things grow really well. However, it also grows weeds really well for us. So the chisel plow wasn't cutting through it, so we went ahead and moldboarded this year.
We even had time to do a little bit of work to the budget build this week. We didn't get a lot done with it, but we did finish some things that had to be done with the truck really before I wanted to take it out the next time.
The gray truck budget build, it definitely needed a different fan on it. As it was on it, I don't think was moving enough air, and it wasn't up against the radiator to be able to do any good. So we got this new Jegs fan stuck on it this week. We decided to do an upgrade to our starter. That is actually just a 96 plus GM gear reduction starter compared to the stock starter. I got it installed and was very impressed. As you can tell in this video, it cranked it right over no problem. If you're looking for a budget upgrade for your starter, I highly suggest this after using it. I'm not sure long term, but very impressed right off the bat. They come on 96 plus GM vehicles. They went to gear reduction in 96 plus. So, as far as if you ordered one for a 98 K30 500 with a 454, that'd be the starter you need. They run about $100, so a whole lot cheaper than buying a mini starter, say off a Jags or a Summit or something like that. This does great for the budget.
Didn't get quite as far on the budget build as I'd like to. I still need to change the gears with the truck before I take it out, but we're getting closer with it for being ready to race. Speaking of racing, I'd like to make a race this weekend. There's about 4 races coming up here just this weekend alone. However, the weather right now is not looking super promising. It's anywhere from 50 to 70% chances of rain no matter where the races are at. So I can't guarantee we're going to do anything this weekend. There is one fairly close. It's a bracket race in Cleves, Ohio that we may try to go get into some of that. I normally am not a bracket racer, but I'm really looking forward to doing some racing. So if everything's pretty high rain chances, and that's pretty much the closest drive for us, I'd rather drive an hour and get rained out than drive 4 hours and be rained out. So we'll see what happens there. I appreciate y'all for watching. Please like, comment, share my videos, and subscribe, please. See y'all next time.